Hi, welcome to my video. Today I'm going to show you how to do charts modification and specifically on using a secondary axis. Now, what's an axis in the first place? We have a chart over here, and this over here I'm going to mark the axis area. So here, what I've marked in red, that's the axis area. So that's a chart axis. Now a secondary axis is basically another axis on the opposite side of the original one. So we're going to have another one over here like that, a line over here with of course markings and readings of the data points, or rather the data values. So that's a secondary axis. So it's a second axis, usually the opposite of the original one. Okay, so the question would be, why do we need a secondary axis? Now, a secondary axis can help in the readability of the data, especially if there is a large gap or different units between the two groups of data. Let's take a look at this chart. As you can see, we are plotting basically temperature and rainfall on this chart. And in this case, our temperature is measured in degrees Celsius and our rainfall is measured in millimeters. As you can see, the values are far apart. Here we have things that are so much less than 100, and here we have things that are more than 100. So we end up with a chart with a line that is rather flat and also something that is higher up on the chart. We can read this very nicely from the axis, but over here, how do we read the values of each point on the axis, because the line is rather flat? So if we can each give, or rather if we can give each of these data series here its own axis, then it would be more readable. So this is what I'm going to show, right? How do we create a second axis for a second set of data so it helps in the readability? In order to do that, you need to use the right click on the data series that you want to send to the secondary axis, and click on Format Data Series. So let's go to the chart and I'm going to show you how it's done. Now you can send any one of the data series to the secondary axis. You can send either rainfall or temperature to the secondary axis. It's really up to you. So in order to do that, we need to right click. Okay, let's say we are going to send the temperature to the secondary axis. So we right click on the temperature data series. So just point to the temperature data series and right click on it and click on Format Data Series in the pop-up menu. When you do that, you will have a right panel, and I'm going to zoom in. In the right panel, as you can see, we have primary and secondary axis. It is now on the primary axis, so I'm going to click on secondary axis and I'm going to zoom out. Let's look at the result. So as you can see, let me just close the right panel and stretch the chart a little bit. As you can see, the points on each of the lines down here are clearly more readable. Now, some of my participants would panic when they see this, because they find that the charts looks a little crowded. However, I always tell them it is normal for those kind of things to happen. Sometimes when you format something, some other parts of the chart get a little messier, but don't worry about that as long as you get what you want at this moment in time. What we want is the readability of the points on the line, which is what we already have. Now, as for this part, which looks a little bit messy, we will deal with that uh, later. So do not, set yourself in panic mode when that kind of thing happens, right? Just tell yourself that, okay, I got what I want. I'll deal with this in a while. So that's how you send a data series to a secondary axis, by just right clicking on it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, like this video, and also drop some comments in the comment section of this video, and subscribe to this channel if you've not already done so, and also hit the notification icon so that you'll be notified of any new videos, and also share this video with anyone whom you think might benefit from it.